wrist aching, back aching if I go out for longer than 20 minutes, to be honest. Could, you know, not so you can't sit upright on it. You always like feel yourself leaning forward, because just the position it wants to put you in. It wants to put your body in that tucked in position. Yeah, these are good. Yeah, sorry if people, I do just waffle sometimes to myself, talk a lot of crap. But when if I sit down with anyone, have a beer, you'll find that I actually don't open up too much, don't say too much to people. I keep a lot of stuff to myself, which I think is what a lot of people are like that. You know, you say one thing you'll be one person to your family, one person with your friends, and one person with people you work with. So sort of like doesn't mean you've got mental problems. You interact with different people differently. Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows Henlo. Henlo's got a nice little RAF base that I think they're kind of mostly packing up. Doesn't tend to be used much. Just a little. Oh, so tempting when you see National Line, speed line, and you're just poodling along at. Just to fucking go for it. Took off, it's fucking going. Oh, I've got to take the throttle down. It's fucking mental. At the moment, as soon as I did that, I should be tucking right down, but my back doesn't want to. And to be honest, I find myself just going backwards or lifting up like I'm going to fly off, like some sort of comedy sketch. So until I get the experience, I'm not sure there's no one that way. I kind of just find myself have a little bit of a fun. The kick you get from that is yeah, well done. Look at this idiot. You stupid, just impatient. People see a bike, they don't want to stop. That's a nice big slide over there. I always look for parks, not because I'm some sort of pedo, because look for my son, where I think he would love to go and come and play. I like taking to the park. I do still try and go on the stuff myself, although embarrassingly I do have the habit of making a fool of myself when I'm there, thinking I could do things, hand up monkey bars, you know, trying to swing from them the other day. And I realised, I mean, I used to go to the gym, but that's been a few years now. Got these monkey bars, and yeah, about held myself up, and I thought I could probably manage maybe 1 or 2 chin-ups when I used to be able to smash loads out. And then I was just thinking, oh Jesus Christ, there's some timber down there that needs shedding a little bit. Thank you, mate. Because I could not do much more. But at the moment, I mean, I majority work from home, so yeah, I really like it. It's pros and cons to it, to everything in life. Pros of working from home. I get so much more time with my son I've had, and now my daughter that we just had. It's experiences that I would never have been around for. It's my job. I'd have to travel into London. Where should we go? We'll just go a bit further down. Let's have a nice little ride. That is perfect aquatics. the sound this makes. It's back to that fish shop. They do loads of koi carp, tropical saltwater fishes. They've got a nice cafe there actually. There's amazing breakfast wraps. I do like my food at the moment. Talking about timber a few minutes ago, that's probably why I've got to try and stop going to these cafes and things. But yeah, they've just put in an adventure golf there. Not been myself, but it's basically like £15 per adult and then £10 a child. So if you've got 2 adults and 2 kids, you're looking at 50 quid just to go play a round of, you say adventure golf, which is putting around the ball, and you think 50 quid for that is, I don't know, I think that's a lot of money myself. I don't, oh Jesus. When you know, I've been to other adventure golfs, so you expect what, £5 per adult, maybe £7-8. That is it's just crazy. So yeah, so I'm just riding around at the moment, just heading to we're Henlow now, RAF base, and alright, call it Henlow Camp. Go to the left because there's cars. I try not to go over speed bumps because you're on a bike. If there's no cars, I go to the right just because it gives you better visibility of the road. If you're over to the left, you're quite close to curbside. Any sort of slight mistake and you're bumping a curb, whereas this side, any mistake, you've got more room to recover. That's kind of what they told me on my training course is, if you see a bump, if you've got the space, go to the right of it. If you haven't, go to the left, and if there's no space either side, take it carefully over the top. There's the Harrier jump jet they've got there. Look at this confidence now, one-handed. But one thing I still can't get used to, when you see, is pulling away. Is I do just worry I'm going to stall it. Although I haven't stalled it pulling away for a while, it's just something that out of all the driving, I'm not confident with pulling away and cornering at the moment. But that should come over time. This is only my 5th ride out. I don't know what I'm expecting. I'm not going to be some Valentino Rossi knee down or anything like that. And I do just hold the cold actually, it should be warm today. I'm gonna try get to Baldock if I can remember the way. No sat nav you see, so it's all so everything got used to his hand clutch control, and my hand gets cold on my left side. I broke my arm when I was younger, right by the wrist. I could feel it hurting just because of the coldness. He's not hanging about, is he? Undercover. And that's why, boys and girls, no heroics around towns or anything, because you never know when there's an undercover copper running around. I'm quite sure he was probably behind me at some point. That's just my paranoia maybe kicking in. I'm heading to Hitchin. From Hitchin I'm going to try and remember my way to Letchworth Baldock, and I think if I can remember it, I was actually going to have a look for a place called Veloce's Cafe. It's like a motorbike cafe. Opened, I was looking up actually online, it was opened in 2020, 2021. The guy I did my training with, he lived around Letchworth, and he said he goes there quite regularly. It's a nice cafe, he gets his gear from there. So I was contemplating just having a look. I know it's in Hitchin, I don't know where, so we're just gonna have a little ride around. I don't want to go out for too long because I've got my mum over looking after my daughter at the moment. My wife's out with my son, so I thought I'd just take the opportunity to get out on the bike, half hour to an hour's blast around, just have a nice little thing. That is my first overtake on a country road on a bike. There you go. And I did it in quite a high gear. In hindsight, I should have dropped it down and I should have built the revs up a lot better, but I just sort of did it pretty last minute. Now I've got enough space, you see, being a bike, to get past these stuff. What I should have done, dropped it down and gone past it. So in my car I'd still be sat there right now behind those. On the bike, get going. You can cut, you filter through the traffic, get past cars easier, you don't need as much space. I've not done any lengthy rides really, if I'm honest. This is probably the longest one so far. Someone said to me you want higher revs around the corners because it allows you to seems to be taking longer than I remember to get to Hitchin, I'll say that. Bike and nod, appreciation of the bikes. That's something I recently discovered. If you got a, it's a bit like when you own a Subaru, like I do, and you drive your Subaru. Other Subaru owners, they'll either nod, they'll wave. It's like an appreciation for you're in like a little social group of people. And the same with bikes. You go out, I find that anyone else on a bike, they just nod, just say hi. You know, I acknowledge you enjoy the same hobby as me. It's unique. It's a nice group to be a part of, to be honest, the biking community. You know, a lot of people don't seem to be as many bikers on the road as when I was younger. All my friends wanted to do it. They're not all of them, sorry. No. A couple of them that, you know, they did. So yeah, we're going to go Ickleford. I think this is. Sorry. Take it easy around here. So yeah, left around the bump again. Is that spots of rain? It is. Oh no. Did not want to be out when it was raining. Not on my fifth ride on a sports bike. Right, let's just start making my way back now, I think. Haven't got the right gear for it, for the rain. Oh, a van behind me, I'm doing 30 odd already. I think this is see that guy there, look, appreciating the bike. You get a lot of head turns from a motorbike, mainly because of the noise, but also a lot of people look at it and they do like it. I'm really contemplating getting something, as I say, more of a retro feel. I think that just suit my style, because I've been on this bike now, I don't know, probably half hour, maybe more, and my back and between my shoulders is aching, my wrists are hurting. As I say, age, not used to it. It's something I've never done before, so I'm using muscles I'd never normally use when I'm riding a bike. So it's one of those things, the more you do it, the more you get used to it. So I actually come along here when I was doing my training. Actually, they brought me up to Hitchin and took us this way. So I'm just actually following that route now. So I'm quite sure that Ickleford will take me to Letchworth and Baldock. I want to get away from this rain, so I need to. You don't know if you can see it on the camera if it's not speckled, but it's very, very that light, fainty, misty rain dropping. Got it on my visor at the moment. And until I build my experience up more, I don't want to be riding out in the rain. Road services around here aren't that great anyway, let alone add rain into the mix. But I think it should be okay. Good RPM at the moment, 2000, bit of a tunnel. Certainly quite nice. Try and capture that on the camera, that sounded really good. I don't really know these roads. If I knew them, I'd probably overtake the car. I've only driven around there a couple of times before. I'm originally, you see, from around Ware, Hertfordshire way, so although I've lived around here for 7 years, I think I've been up around Bedfordshire now. You don't tend to go out much in the car unless it's for what I need to do to the shops, to specific places, school runs, going to see people, meet people, you know, for days out. Other than now, coming out on my bike, I just sit behind this car for a little bit, van should I say. Big old tipper up there.